Hello everybody, welcome back to another mukbang. Today we have some noodles, spicy noodles with beautiful mushrooms on top. And I'm just putting the sauce on there because this is where you eat. Do I know what kind of mushroom this is? No. Have I ever tried it before? Never, but it's just long stringy ones that are on the mukbangs that go. Wow, that's spicy. It's already stuck in my teeth. This is what I used. Is it in camera? No. Yes, it is. That's what I used. The good old-fashioned mukbang fucking ramen noodles. I tried it like by itself and it was so hot, so I made my own sauce. Soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce. Just kidding, teriyaki sauce actually. So, let's get some of the noodles. And let's try the sauce that I just made. Actually pretty good. I even put a little bit of that spicy shit inside of this shit because it's supposed to go together. Oh my god, but the little amount I put in is like so spicy. My Halloween experience was great. I took a nap and I didn't have to work. And then I played some Fortnite. And then I was like, oh, I wonder, like, I just want to go experience the town right now because there's like kids trick-or-treating. When I was a kid, Halloween was my favorite holiday ever. But yeah, I was just walking around, seeing all the costumes. I think my favorite was Mall Cop. He was on a scooter and he was fat. So he was Paul Mart. That sounds really wrong. Paul Blart. And so I was driving around. I didn't want to go trick-or-treating because I didn't have a costume and I'm 21. But I did go up to this one house and be like, you have the most stunning house I've ever seen. I'm not a trick-or-treater, but I love the vines. It was like first of all, it was a driveway where it was like a roundabout where it was literally like a loop, and at the end of the oop was their house, and there was vines in the garage. There's little pumpkins in the garage. Fuck you. It was a really cute house, so I went to go compliment the person. I don't think the wife liked that though very much because the porch light was on. It was like 8:38. I remember ringing the doorbell, and so I heard someone go, "Oh my!" And so I was like, "Oh boy, I just made her mad." And then the husband came and was like, "What's up?" And then I told him the compliment, and he was like, "Yes, thank you so much." And then when I left, he turned off the porch light. So I guess I got one last trick-or-treater in. Holy moly, I couldn't imagine the original recipe of this. That's crazy. And I also made a Halloween playlist, so I was just driving around listening to it. And I was remembering when when I went trick-or-treating, the excitement of finding a bowl outside and emptying that bitch in my bag. The adrenaline and the rush of it all was just like, I love Halloween for that. I don't think anything will ever top that. The excitement of finding a bowl and just like, take one, fuck you, watch this. I see your Ring camera. Just kidding, Ring cameras weren't really a thing when I went trick-or-treating. But yeah, I was driving around and I was like, oh, I wish I would find a bowl. As soon as I complete that thought, I look over and there's an orange Halloween bowl outside, and I go, ah! And so I fucking whip a Yui, and then I put on my hazards and I run up to the house, and I don't empty the bowl, but I go, and maybe like half of this is what I took. Like, it was just a nice little goodie bag for me. They had Reese's and Kit Kats on top, so of course I went for those. And I felt like a kid again. It was so fun. Minus all the shit I had. I'm also eating out of a fucking cheese curd bowl from the state fair. So I kind of like wanted the bowl, not the candy inside, but that would be a dick move. So I didn't steal their Halloween bowl. But I could be eating in the Halloween bowl right now if it wasn't for that. I'm gonna go back. Hold on, cut. And then I also treated myself to some pumpkin bars, wherever those are. Love pumpkin flavor. Love pumpkin bars. Whenever I'm checking out at Hy-Vee though, I'm like, oh, it's a Granny Smith apple, or oh, it's a Gaza apple. She don't take my word for it ever. I've never had a Hy-Vee employee take my word for what kind of apple I'm giving them, and they always look at the sticker itself, and then they go bop, 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 and weigh that bitch. 1, fuck you. 2, why the fuck would I lie? I guess like the price and shit. You know what, I'm gonna tell you the truth. They have the right demographic, because when I'm at Cub and it's the self-checkout thing and I get to weigh my own apples, I put the apples like half on the scale and then half not on the scale, but like you know that little line, it's like, you know the line. There's a scale and there's not a scale, so I put my apples right there, so half of them I'm getting charged for, but like, I'm broke. I don't know what you want from me. Shit, I guess she had a point. I guess those Hy-Vee employees have a point. Fuck you, Hy-Vee. I love Hy-Vee though. These mushrooms I got from like an international market thing. They had a bunch of just like rice in bags and shit, and like appropriate cultures moments. They had like fish, they had seafood, they had octopus. I really want to get the octopus from there, because like that's my favorite kind of MukBang, is the octopus ones. Did I ever get a thumbnail? Well, I don't think I ever told this story before in the MukBang, but one time I had this table of these men, and if they had a baby together, they would be so cute, but this one guy's cuter than the other guy because he's a fat blonde, and then the other one's like a buff, like black hair, and I'm more gravitating towards a blonde guy. Long story short, so I hit it off with the with the buff guy, obviously, and we got my energy of like, oh, fuck me, because one time they were like, bro, I have a wife, like, I have kids, like, and he showed me pictures of his wife and kids on his phone, and I was like, and he was like, I don't like men, and I was like, oh, you two aren't together, and they were like they were, they're Russian fucking built men, and they looked at me like I was fucking Satan himself. But yeah, one time he was like, these are my wife, these are my kids, like, stop looking at me like that. But he didn't say that, but like, he showed me his wife and kids and was like, I'm not gay. And I was like, I'm not either. Fuck you. And so I saw them yesterday on Halloween when I was working. Only in the morning though. And then I was like, to my manager, I'm like, I'm not gonna be back. And he was like, okay, whatever. Because it snowed and so no one was there, I don't think. Anyway, so I fucking, I went up to them today. I was like, happy Halloween, boys. And they both went, we don't celebrate Halloween. We're Christians. We don't like the demonic side of it. And I was like, okay, 1, fair point. 2, if you want to become like that much of an American and like Christian, you don't need to go all out for it. And like you can, you're also American, so just like put on a costume and like get Halloween candy, you know, like it's not like Satanist, like we're not celebrating that anymore. Oh my goodness, my voice. Oh, and then I also was like on my way to my car, and these drunk adults, because I knew they were drunk because they both had wine glasses in their hands, I was like, it was really weird because I was walking on a trail, and then my car was like a little off the trail, and then the people with the dog were like fucking each other, like fucking with the dog outside of the trail on my way to my car. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut through this thing, and then they literally cut through the same thing in front of me, and I was like, oh, we're all in the same parking lot now. And I was just, they're walking towards my car, I'm walking towards my car, and so I hold up my keys and I say, I got gas money, where are we going? That didn't register how creepy that was to me at first, but now I get it, because the awkward silence that no one said a thing after I said that. And then she was like, I don't know if you want this monster in your car, and she was referring to her dog. I was like, I don't know what I said, but I said something kooky and funny, and they also didn't laugh at that. And then I was just like, okay, have a good night, you guys. And then at that point, I was able to unlock my car and get in there, and was like, wow, embarrassing. So that was my Halloween. No Victory Royales, but probably a new update. I don't know if I'm gonna get the battle pass. I always get the battle pass. I can't even front. I love the battle pass. You get free V-Bucks from it. So I learned not to entice adults into your car saying, and you have gas money. And I felt the energy of one time they were giving out sodas, and so we hit that house first, and then at the end of the night, me and my friend went back there and was like, "Do you have any extra?" And they were like, "Yeah, we just have root beer," and we were like, "We love root beer," and so we chugged that bitch into the lot next door that was just like an open field, and we were just running around, woo, happy Halloween, pretending like it was beer or something, like we were intoxicated and just like living our best lives. So I love Halloween. And then we went home and we watched Jason X, and my friend got scared, so we went home. Sorry, Brandon. I guess you couldn't hang. On a scale from 1 to anxious, I would say Reese is on a 3 out of 10 for the anxious scale. I'm kind of just existing. So that's fun. For someone who talks as much as I talk, I don't really talk a lot, if that makes sense, about non-funny stuff. And I was having a conversation with my coworker the other day where I don't think I could physically have a conversation without making a joke. It's how I cope. And that's how I relate to other humans. And if they took that away from me, if they took the giggles away from me, I don't think I could carry a conversation at all. On a lighter note, I went to a Declan McKinnon concert. Look up Brazil if you give a fuck. And I was going up these stairs to the bar, and these girls were coming down with matching pants, and I was like, "Oh my god, your pants are so cute! I love how you guys are matching." And they were like, "Well, my god, we love you. We thank you for noticing." And I was like, "Where y'all going? Why are you running from the bar? Let's go buy something." And she was like, "Oh, I got you." And then we went up there, and I went up to the bar, and the other two ladies I just met were they literally were up at the bar with me, and they went, shh. And then I was like, "You're not getting anything?" And they were like, and she was like, "How many?" And I was like, "1. Because I'm not paying for these bitches. I just met them. I don't even know if they're old enough. They look like minors. A shot there was $13. So I was just like, okay. 1, please. But they didn't care. So we went downstairs and we started getting excited for Declan. And these other 2 girls I talked to in the crowd while I was just the opening show, I thought he was there. I'm a fake fan, by the way. So I thought he was already performing when I got there. It was his stand-up. It was a guy before him. And I was like, "He's really good." He's like, "This is not him." And I was like, "No." And they were like, well, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I love your energy." And so we found them in the little pit at firstavenue.com if you want to look it up if you care again. We started dancing, and then these other girls I also talked to, but I don't remember the conversation because I just chugged my what do you call it, my Long Island, and then I bought a shot afterwards, and so I took that, and then I had these conversations with these girls, but I don't know what the fuck I said. And one of their names were Ocean. Shout out Ocean, love you, girl. And then those girls started dancing, and everyone around us were just not having it, but just concert goers where they're just holding their drink and they're just I spent $35 fucking on a ticket, 20 on Long Island, and 13 and 13 on those fucking shots. I'm gonna shake my fucking pussy. And that's what I did. I shook my pussy. And I had all 6 of those girls dancing with me. And it was great because we were the only one who was fucking it up while everyone else was just they were so not with the vibe because when we were jumping up and down, just when Brazil came on, his most popular song, I lost my shit. They literally were pushing my back. They were pushing me forward. And I was like, first of all, fuck you. Dance with it. 2, I'm not that big of a man where my jumping should not bother you because fuck you. And then they literally put the fat ugly girl in front, like in back of me, so I wouldn't hurt any people. So they put the broader people up front, or in back of me, I should say. And the highlight of my night is when like I got in the middle of all 6 of my new friends, and I was just like, like yay! And then the song came on, and I didn't know any of the words, but they didn't care because none of us cared. That's the concert. No one fucking cares. So yeah, I got pushed by some people who didn't like my atmosphere. And then I was like drunk, and so I took one of the girls, and I was like, "Can I put you on my shoulders?" And she was like, "You can try." And so I just took her by the armpits, and I fucking threw her. I just lifted her into the concert, and she thought that was really fun because she screamed and she was like, "Ah, do it to my sister!" The one with the matching pants. And I was like, okay. And she was like, oh no. She said, do it to my sister if Dominatrix come on. If I was like, okay, if Dominatrix come on. One, I'm a fake fan. I don't know the Dominatrix song. Or Demolition song. Demolition? I don't know that song. So you're going to have to like tell me. And she was like, oh, okay. It never came down. And so on his encore show, I kind of just did that to her too. And she liked it too. And then one of them wanted to low-key fuck me because her Uber was here, and the sister was getting in, and she was like, where are you going? Where are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to a bar to sit down and drink water because I have to sober up. And she was like, let me come with you. Let me come with you. And I was like, first of all, your ex just texted you, and you announced to the whole 6 of us that, like, you're going to go hang out with your ex. You shouldn't. Red flag number 1. Number 2... fuck you, I just said no. Just kidding. You were amazing girl. I miss my Declan McKinnon concert goers. And then I just got a certificate that was like first goer experience, and so I, of course, my drunk ass like threw it into the air. It was like my first concert experience. Oh my god, this is like not good. I'm so sorry. Get out of bed. Do something. Make this life worth living. And that's on you. Sorry to break it to you. Thanks for watching. Oh my goodness. I couldn't imagine the real recipe of this. If you guys want to donate me some real bowls so I can have some real mukbangs, comment down below or something. I will see it. Bye, thanks for watching.